So where are we? So Eamon, 110 plus is just running and kill X quest. Yeah, it does feel a bit repetitive at the higher levels. Not gonna lie. Some regions are definitely better than others. But I haven't tried any of the free peaks or the Gundabad stuff yet, so no idea what that's gonna be like. My highest character is 130, I think it is. I think that's right. And then I think Free Peaks didn't increase the level cap, so it stayed 130, and I think it's now 140 with Gundabad. Makey Chrissy, yeah, I've never caught up at endgame. Haha, it's mostly solo play for me, which I like. This is just a big adventure for me. So yeah, I would say it's definitely all about the journey rather than the rush to get to endgame. That's definitely the one thing that's kind of good in LOTRO's favour. You know, you can just take as long as you like, just savour the journey as you kind of level up, and get there when you get there. Really, that's one of the things I hate about the end game currently, is the grind, which is kind of one of the reasons why I ended up quitting LOTRO, because every couple of months you've got a new gear grind just to replace old gear, and it's a pain in the backside. Whereas to compare it to something else, and I know I always compare it to Guild Wars 2, but at least with Guild Wars 2 you can kind of build up your gear to a decent enough state. You can go away for a year or two, come back, and then you haven't fallen behind. You're still effective. So it works a lot better as a more casual MMO. Whereas trying to be competitive in most MMOs at endgame, you constantly need to be playing it, and it's like a full-time job, and it's just not fun. So you restored the water flow. Why it's not flowing nearly enough at all? You may have cleared some of the problems over at Norglond, but there must be something else blocking the flow around here.
Might you lend me an ear?
The goblins in these hills are causing us no end of grief. They've blocked off the river with debris and slowed the flow to a trickle. And what water exists is fouled by their presence. I can send a crew to remove the debris, but I need someone with a stout heart and strong sword arm to clear out some of the goblins. I can't afford to lose any workers, what with the Dour hands to contend with. You can find the canal west of here, just past the hills. The goblins have a camp west of their makeshift dam. So more goblin murdering. There's going to be a ton of quests to pick up in here. So yeah, just to give you an idea where we are. We're at Gondamon, the kind of central settlement. So if you started the game as an elf or a high elf, after you intro it, you can start down the bottom in Kellendim and you kind of work your way northwards and kind of end up at Gondamon in the middle. If you're a dwarf, you kind of start at the west and come down. So if memory serves, we kind of did a lot of the elf stuff at the start and then went off to Thorin's Hall to do the other side, kind of meeting up in the middle. So what else we got in chat? Eamon, yep, Rohan was great design-wise. Quests and lag-wise is a different story. Yeah, sometimes it can be a bit of a pain with the lag for driving your war steed. I think the quests weren't that bad in my opinion. I quite enjoyed them. There's a bit of variety in there at least. With some of the quest design, if you had quests that you had to use your war steed for, though, I can totally understand why that bugs you no end. So warming the garrison. The wind coming down from the mountains makes my bones ache year round, but even the younger sentries feel the chill when the days grow short. We could use more pelts to make blankets and clothing in preparation for the coming winter. There is no shortage of wolves prowling the wilds, especially to the west. I expect you will have no difficulty obtaining some furs for me. Wolves are vile creatures, but at least their fur is warm.
Welcome. You've come at a most fortuitous time.
Have a drink. The hunters who have been plying the forest north of Gondamon have come to me with stories of being threatened or even attacked by those backstabbing Dourhand brigands. If you're of a mind to lend us a hand, you could head out there and deal with the treacherous Finbeards. They need to learn not to meddle with the hunters of Gondamon. Dourhands have built a small camp to the north of here, in the hills somewhere. You will find plenty of heads to break there, I'd warrant. So we're going to murder some Dourhand dwarves.
Greetings, traveller. Will you stay a moment?
Our huntsmen are skilled, but this year's hunt has proven particularly difficult, what with the cold and the wretched Dourhands. I have found myself short of supplies for the coming winter. You can help us by bringing in some bear meat, not boar meat. There are plenty of bears in the wilds around Gondamon, especially to the north. We will preserve and store the meat for the coming months. Where are we going next? Upstairs. Couple more around. So this elf lady.
Sweet-eyed Malon, will you stay a moment?
If whites stir the bones of the ancient Dane, then an evil has arisen in these mountains, which we should all fear. The fell spirits that stir the bones of the dead are servants of Angmar, of the Witch King of old, and the Shadow in the east. I must ask you to seek out this evil and put whatever end you may to it before its darkness spreads. Take this elfstone to Glamour. He dwells now in the ruins to the northeast of Gondamon at the southern end of the Grimwater. Where's the other one? Got a crafting quest.
Stay a moment, friend.
So if you don't remember, these are ones where we just have to either gather some stuff or craft some stuff. But they're usually scattered around the low-level starter regions just to introduce you to some crafting and gathering. If we are to defeat the goblins of the Raftareg and the sneaking Dowerhands that even now remain in the hidden corners of the Blue Mountains, we'll need to make better use of the resources we have available. The wild lands around Gondamon are a bounty of such resources, but if we don't make full use of them, we might as well be giving them to the goblins. If you know a scholar of some skill, I would have him prepare for me some minor metalsmithing lore and some minor woodworking lore. Armed with these, I can surely prepare a plan for better using what we have. I will pay you for your efforts, of course. So do that. I think there's a couple up to the east. Grab a couple of them, and then that should be time to go out of the town.
I am at your service.
You carry with you a fetish of the Blue Crag Goblin tribes. It's clear that the vile creatures are on the move and intend to launch an offensive against the Vale of Frayne. Troubling news, to be sure. We must crush the Goblin forces before they become an even greater threat. Their presence in the Vale is a festering blight on the land, and if we don't stop it now, it will spread like a shadow across the land. Let's go for some health. And then we've got a couple more.
Lend me an ear.
You've done good, Aureen, but there's a whole wide world out there for you to explore. And if you want to start somewhere, Breetown is as good a place as any to start. Go east until the Blue Mountains are far behind. It's a long journey to be sure, so pack plenty of supplies. The Shire folk may be able to offer you assistance on your travels. When you arrive in Bree, be sure to seek out the mayor of the town. If there's work to be found, he'll know where to find it. And
Will you
lastly,
help me?
stranger, please tarry and hear my plea. My brother Gele Goldentongue was a great warrior. Curse my treacherous tongue. I should say he is a great warrior, but I fear for his life. Though he is a doughty fighter, Gele longs for peace. Even against the advice of our elders in Forin's Hall, he felt that there must be a way to come to some sort of understanding with the Dowerhands. So he and some companions set out for the great Dowerhand encampment north of Gondamon. I think he went to the westernmost of the camps, the larger one. He did not return from his mission. Please seek him out, and if he is slain, return to me with the news so we may seek revenge on his murderers. You will know my brother easily by his gleaming shield, a great heirloom of our family. So do that, and mount up, come on. And let's get this underway. So we're going to have quite a few to the north. So the Dowerhand camp is up here. I think this is the whites in this direction. And it was telling us about wolves at some point, but the wolves are normally used to farm over here. Maybe that's dropped off the quest tracker. So we don't need Gondamon to Breetown. That's just the vector quest to take us to the Breeland map once we hit level 15, because that's a more level appropriate region. Ered Luin is more about the level 1 to 15 experience. There's some wolves over here. So let's see how many of these guys we have to kill. So if you do need Wolf Slayer of Ered Luin, this area on this hill is not a bad place to do it. It's not the best, like it's not a great place, but there's not really too many good spots to farm wolves. So running around here is your best bet. 3. You're not a wolf, but I'll kill you anyway. These are bats, so there's no bat slayer in Ered Luin that I can remember. We definitely have a Crebain slayer though. Best place to get the Crebain is down in the docks on the east side of Ered Luin. Remember that much. There we go, that's the last one we need there. So let's mount up. Take that off the quest tracker. And put something else on there. That's 5. Yeah, that'll do. Actually, we can take the crafting one off because we're not going to craft anytime soon. And put clear the way on. Oh, so what is... I'll clear the ways down in the valley to the south. Might come back and do that afterwards. Hey, Midiog. So we need a bear. Dismount. Come on. I don't know what that lag's about. Why did that not give me any bear meat? Now hand warrior dead. I can't remember actually what craft I've set Aureen to. I think she's historian. She is. Just because I made her a historian just purely because she's a high elf. And has lived for many years since you haven't done the high elf intro. You kind of start in the second age at the last alliance of elves and men when Sauron was originally defeated. So she's lived for a great many years. So I can get scholar nodes, but I can't farm wood or ore, which is the thing I do hate about historians, is that you can't just kind of gather stuff as you're walking around. Because wood and ore nodes being the most common, you can't actually do anything with it. Hey Shohan, and yes, we're back. Hopefully to finish Ered Luin tonight, and if we do, maybe do a little bit more. We'll see how we get on. I can't remember how much we did on the east side, but in theory I think we were up to Gondamon from the questing on the east side. Oh yeah, that's one thing I forgot as well. You can't harm neutral animals as an elf. Because you're a tree-hugging hippie and you love the animals. But evil animals like that bear, we don't care. We'll quite happily murder them and eat them. And bats are the servants of the enemy, so screw them. Do we need any more bears? We still need 2 more. So new deeds, scouting the Dour Hands. We have to find the places of the Dour Hands in Ered Luin. So this is one of them, ringed out. Lost Shy Hobbit. You're on episode 30 again. Is this the 4th or the 5th watch through? And I can't believe you've watched them that many times. I mean, I don't know how many hours that is, but that's got to be comparable to like at least 10 seasons of like a, 45-minute episode TV show or something like that. So I commend you for your efforts in watching it that many times. Most people don't get through to the end on one. Honk. There we go. Right, so what are we doing? We're picking Dour Hand Warriors and Sturdy Dour Hands. Okay, so just murder all these guys because they're all ones that I need. Quick go up and give it a nasty shout. There we go. That wasn't my AoE one though. I should probably have a look as well since I got a level up if I have a trait point. Where are they? So no, it's the odd levels that I get my trait points then. Let's do this chest. I spit on your grave, Longbeard. I'm not a Longbeard, I'm an elf. Nice try. You think it's the 5th time if you're being honest. Jesus Christ. Oh, broken leg. Luckily, I'm range class, so I can just sit here and shoot you all while my legs heal. There we go, that's our Sturdy Dour Hands. Hello there. I can see an elf hiding in a bush. Watch where you tread, these dwarves are up to no good.
How can I be of service?
Are you here to help me? My friend Atherfell was taken by goblins, and I followed them to this encampment of dwarves. They are holding him high up in the cliffs that divide the lowlands from Western Horde Lynn. I tried to free him, but there were too many. The dwarves pursued me here, and I doubt not. It is too late. They have come. Prepare yourself. They are almost upon us. They're not, but I'm going to pull some more dudes because I've just seen this guy's a shard dropper. So I'll quickly murder him. Probably should be making sure they don't kill you as well. Let's just shank this guy in the back. There are more dwarves on the way, be ready. You need healing? Not really. I could heal you, I suppose. Be the honourable thing to do. There they are, get them! I do like when the High Elves do their cries. They start invoking all the Elvish. It's a lot of fun. I can make it out from here. Remember what I told you. Yeah, go do your job for you. What do we got? Not counting the instance episodes, like 1,000 hours easily. What would that be? That'd probably be... I know some of them are a lot longer than others. I did kind of settle into trying to get them around about the 20-minute mark, because I feel like that's a sizable chunk of watching without getting too cumbersome. You can watch those easily enough whenever you got some time to spare. Some of the longer ones where it's like an hour long, it can be a bit tedious to watch, and it's the same with the streams as well. I know a lot of people aren't too keen on watching streams because you might have to dedicate an hour of your time or have an evening spare or something. Some people just like to stick it on another screen or just off to the side or just listen in as a podcast, which is all great. But other people just don't like having to watch something that's several hours long, even if they just come back to it and kind of, you know, tackle it in their own 20-minute segments. Which is why I kind of wanted to settle into this and kind of do something a little bit different. So I'm recording this as a stream so that I can interact with you guys, just have a little bit of a chat, and it also gives me some things to respond to and talk about without having to talk constantly for the entire duration of an episode. That being said, I'm talking constantly for several hours now instead of in 20-minute segments. But yeah, just it's a bit of a different change of pace, and I can edit the stream up into little segments, just for those that might not want to watch the streams or couldn't make the streams, and they can just watch as regular episodes at their own leisure. And if this goes to plan, then in theory, what will happen is I might end up recording the majority of a region all kind of, not necessarily in one go, but maybe across like several streams in quick succession, and then slowly release those episodes, you know, over a month or however long it takes to kind of do that. And then if needs be, I can have like little mini breaks between different regions, without burning myself out and needing to record a lot of stuff on a regular basis.
Melon.
Greetings, High Elf. I receive few visitors here at my home of old, but I'm sure you did not come to listen to tales of yore. What brings you to these wasting halls? You say that evil wights roam the barrows to the northeast of my home? It is indeed well that Galfin sent you to me, and with the Elfstone, I have a task for you if you're willing. Okay. I've finished now. But you don't actually have a task for me. Maybe I've already done the follow-up quest when I did the eastern side of stuff in the elf questing. I feel like I probably did, but it's been too long. Bears, do we need bears? Yes, we do. Let's murder this bear then. Yeah, I'm hoping if I sit down and record these as streams then, so it might be, you know, I do a couple of streams over, I don't know, a couple of weeks. I can casually then release the content that's been recorded, and then it means I don't have to sit down and record constantly every week, because with real life getting busy in that, it's finding the time to sit down and record several episodes a week, and you kind of feel rushed that you kind of have to carve out some time, and you know, it might only be 20 minutes of actual episode time, but having to sit down and record and that was a bit more of a pain in the backside. And before as well, I was having to like set up my green screen that I was using for recording Ered Luin previously, and my light box and stuff. But at the minute, what I've actually got is like a virtual camera, so it's actually putting in a green screen behind me. Although you can't really tell. If I move my fingers about quite a lot, you can kind of see it's going a bit fluffy around the edges. But otherwise, I think the quality of this is better. So it's great because it means I don't have to worry about having to set up that stuff, and if there's room to set it up. Because the computer room where I am is just the spare guest bedroom, so can be a bit cluttered in here at times as well. Where are we going? Blue Crags, Spoilers, Novices and Trappers. They're all to the south by the looks of it. So, take those ones off the tracker. But yeah, with this virtual camera, it just means that literally I can just whack it on and just record away to my heart's content. So, Lost Shy Hobbit says, those instances and group skirmishes are chaos. I love them. Yes, so a lot of the stuff that we did back in the day with the Rangers was definitely chaotic, often intentionally so. We're going this way. Because everyone's just generally trying to troll each other and Leroy pull everything, and I mean, we've done loads of stupid stuff in the day. Whether it's like pulling everything in Khan Dum or like tanking the Watcher with Burglar and stuff like that. There's all sorts of silly stuff. Sadly, like most of the guys have kind of stopped playing LOTRO. Everyone's kind of got burnt out in their own time, so there's only a couple of the guys keeping the lights on in the Rangers kin house. Actually, I've gone too far. I thought we had to go down the road, but maybe not. Oh, it's up here. Okay. I'm thinking of a different quest where we have to like clear barricades and stuff, I think. Or is it this one? Wait, murder these guys. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if I wanted to try and get some guys for endgame content, I could probably do that. But on lower levels, it's probably going to be a bit too much hassle unless I got a pickup group. But trying to do pub groups while streaming can be interesting. At the best of times. Need 2 more spoilers. There's one. Scream in your face. You're all trappers. You're a novice, trapper, spoiler. Bonk him on the head. Let's pull the other one. Scream at you as well, then. And then we can mount up and head off. So we've still got to find the other places of the Dowhand. So we've got the Spire of Keledal. So Keledal is the docks. I think the Spire is out at the far end of the docks on the east side, but it's literally a great big huge spire. You can miss it. Or is it the one that's actually up the hill? No, it can't be. We've been up that way. We've got the Grim Water, which I'm pretty sure is this lake over here. And Keledal Docks, which is literally the area that's called Keledal, so they're all easy enough to find.